Over the past month, I have reached out to 62 apartments on StreetEasy. I've toured 21 of them. I've applied to 8 of them, paying $20 8 separate times for 8 different credit checks. And finally, today, I'm now locked into my new apartment. I know that I'm locked in because of this. This is the check for my broker's fee here in New York City. And this is not even a prop or anything. This is literally the cashier's check for my broker's fee. It's a system that's pretty unique to New York, and it's one that advocates of the FAIR Act hope doesn't exist for much longer. At least, that's the idea. Last week, the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection proposed penalties for breaking the law once it goes into effect on June 14th. If caught charging an illegal fee, both the landlord and the broker would be fined $750 on the first infraction, $1,800 on the second, $2,000 on the third, and so on. It's easy to chalk that up as a loss for real estate and a win for renters, but it might not be that simple. The Pandora's box that gets opened because of this may actually be worse than the current system that we have now, which is really bad. See, the FAIR Act bans the practice where a broker hired by a landlord to advertise a listing can charge new tenants the fee. The law says that a broker who lists an apartment needs to be paid by the person who hired them. The law doesn't actually ban brokers' fees. So if you hire your own broker, you'll still pay them. It just bans the passing on of this fee. This distinction is really important, and it could create a gray market situation. Say there's a 2-bedroom broker's fee apartment available in the West Village. Under this legislation, brokers who post listings of an apartment are assumed to have been hired by the landlord of that apartment. To get around this, brokers could post intentionally vague listings that just say something like 2-bedroom in West Village, forcing you to reach out and contact them and sign a fee contract before going on a tour. Landlords could tell brokers about listings by word of mouth so that they're untraceable, and brokers could limit who they tell about those listings to their existing clients. This could pull listings off the open market. This problem would be especially exacerbated with rent-stabilized apartments. Since landlords don't have the option to raise the rent in response to now having to pay for the broker, there's no incentive for them to list it publicly, where they'd have to pay that broker's fee. And instead, there's every incentive for them to list it privately, where they can reap potentially exorbitant broker's fees from capital-rich tenants who are more than happy to pay a massive broker's fee to secure an apartment that will be affordably and predictably priced indefinitely. So who's going to benefit from the FAIR Act? Let us know how you think the change will affect the market in the comments. And stay tuned to therealdeal.com.